Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce here with you as we get ready for a little NBA action on 2K Sports. It's Tuesday Hoops, and it's next. It's the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Washington Wizards. And that's it for us in the studio. To call all the action, let's go out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll see you again at halftime.
Here we go.
And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. First for the Lakers, Nash and Bryant in the backcourt. And holding down the middle out of Central Michigan University, the skilled and ambidextrous seven-footer, Chris Kaman. Then there's Nick Young, and it's Gasol at the power forward. And looking at the Wizards, Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. And in its center, former NCAA champion at UConn in 2005, Rookie of the Year, a strong-bodied 6'10" Emeka Okafor. Then it's Porter. Then it's Nene at the first one.
For the Wizards, I thought injuries a big reason they didn't have the season they hoped for. They do have some things they can build off of, though. The one that sticks out to me was how they were able to improve their defense last year and became pretty good at limiting easy shots.
Now Beal following the three-point attempt by Kobe Bryant. Okafor kicks to Porter. Back to Okafor. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And going back to what you said, Clark, about the Wizards, they did improve dramatically in terms of defense and had one of the top 10 Ds in the league. Steve, not bad for a team that is clearly building around youth.
And that's a great sign, because normally when you have young players, you struggle defensively more than at the offensive end. So this is a group that has plenty of potential, and I think we're seeing that this season, as they continue to get better in terms of rebounding and defending the paint.
He got right to the cup using that screen. Okafor's got 5 points so far.
You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
Kobe against Beal. Kobe kicks it over to Nash. Young. 6 to shoot. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Last season, Emeka Okafor was healthy after a tough spell of injury in New Orleans, guys. I mean, he bounced back and then some with his rebounding numbers on a per-minute basis.
Now here's Kobe after the miss from Porter. Kobe goes in from 8, and it's good off the glass.
He's got one of those shooting strokes that never changes, guys. I mean, even if a defender's, all over him, he just never seems to flinch. A great quality to have as a shooter.
And here's something else, Steve. He invites contact when he's attacking the rim. He doesn't try to finesse his way through anything. He's going through bodies.
Here is Porter following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Shot from 16. Here's Okafor. No luck. Kaman with the defensive effort. The Lakers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Young from outside. The Lakers rebound. Another shot. There's Chris Kaman on the assist by Gasol. Kaman's got his first bucket of the night.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
And Doris Burke spoke with Mike D'Antoni. Doris?
One player we discussed in detail is the young Bradley Beal. He said, I was a fan of his game from watching him at Florida. His combination of outside shooting and slashing make him a very tough cover. We're going to put pressure on him and try to take the ball out of his hands. And Kevin, Beal's such an intriguing talent. We'll see if he's able to put up some big numbers.
And thank you, Doris. Wizards leading by 5. All with it, guarded now by Nash. Nash comes with the double team. Porter against Kobe. Beal dishes to Porter. Wall up top, defended by Nash. Kobe with the steal. There's the dish to Nash. Young outside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Emeka Okafor.
It seems to me Nick Young is the perfect guy to have coming off the bench because he's a volume shooter and scorer who can get hot in a hurry. But I think his best role is to play him kind of in a Jamal Crawford type role.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
Ariza with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Ariza passes to Webster. Back to Ariza. The three. Rebound the Lakers. Going back to Nick Young, Clark, mostly a scorer.
He sure is, Kevin, an athletic 6'7" wing. I don't think there's any reason he can't be a plus rebounder and defender, but it's clear that his focus primarily has been on the offensive end.
And very quickly here in the first quarter, pronounced advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. Jordan Farmar. He's checked in for the Lakers. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Ariza. Kept alive. And Webster kicks to Booker. Johnson with the block. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. 20 seconds on the shot. And the Lakers with possession here. They trail by 3. Blake dishes to Farmar. He nails it, and we're tied up. Farmar's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Maynard, defended by Farmar. Maynard the pass to Booker. Leads him in there. And another miss by Washington.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there clogging the lane.
Tie game in Washington. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter.
Well, a coaching carousel for the Lakers last season. They made it only 5 games before firing Mike Brown. Then they decided to go in a new direction. And, boy, they went through 3 different head coaches before all was said and done. They never really were able to gain that consistency they were looking for.
Hill. Now the pass to Blake. And stolen by Maynard. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Maynard with the ball. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Maynard's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Wizards. And back to the Lakers' struggles last season. What do you think, Clark, were the main problems that, held them back from being the kind of title contender that they thought they were and a lot of people imagined they were?
Well, how much time do I have? 3 or 4 shot clocks worth? I mean, I think there were a number of issues, as you might expect. Injuries played a significant role, but I think there was discord over how they should play, really no true identity. They were a big team trying to be small, a team without a number of shooters trying to spread the floor, an older team trying to go up tempo, coaching change, and that transition.
Right, yes.
You had a lot of moving parts, and it made it very difficult for everybody, I think, and it showed in how the Lakers' season went.
That's a good assessment. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, Otto Porter comes from a basketball family. He wore his mom's jersey number growing up, then switched to his father's number 35 upon being drafted. And he kept it in the family in one other way. He never played in the AAU system and just worked out against his own family. Tough family, and it's worked out for him, guys.
Yeah, Doris, a versatile defender and a smart role player. He's been a very nice addition.
Kevin Seraphin, big solid frame, about 6'9", but he's got a 7'3" wingspan, so he's already shown a lot of promise as a defender.
That's good.
Something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
Wall against Nash. Wall gets a screen from Nene. And Wall kicks to Nene. Porter. No good off the back of the rim. All back to Seraphin. Not just a defensive presence. He's got a nice soft touch offensive.
Yeah, you can hit with that hook shot, step out to mid-range. Still developing, but there's a lot to like about this young big man. Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Emeka Okafor is checked in for the Wizards. Now here's Beal, looking for his first basket still in this one. And that one's good by Porter. Lakers trail by 3. Nash kicks to Johnson. The feed to Kaman. He's against Okafor. Porter with the steal. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Here's Wall. Goes back up, and the layup is good. And it's 6 points for Otto Porter Jr.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
And the Lakers have possession. Up top, Kobe, defended by Beal. Kobe attacking. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, one of the things with Kobe is that he's gotten a lot more blunt and honest with his remarks. You see it on Twitter. You see it in his post-game interviews. I mean, he is not shy when it comes to really critiquing other teams and players in this league.
Well, as you said with Kobe, he seems more comfortable saying what's ever on his mind now, and that's gotten him in some questionable situations, Clark, with his teammates.
Well, it is a gray area when you talk about actually there's a pretty strict policy on tweeting or engaging in social media during games. But you do like the fact that Kobe is stretching out a little bit in that regard. You don't always agree with what he says, but I think he backs up a lot of his opinion.
He knows the game.
Yes, he does.
The guy is as smart as they come on the floor.
No question.
And the shot's good from Nene.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Nash kicks to Keeman. Rebounded by the Wizards. Okafor's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, it was an ugly start to the season for the Wizards. Tried to revamp by trading for a host of veterans, but out of the gate, times were tough as they lost their first 12. Eventually got things turned around and were more dangerous when John Wall got healthy.
Well, after that ragged first quarter offensively, they're finally picking up some ground here in the second.
And you know, Steve, we talk about it all the time. Basketball, especially the NBA game, a game of run. And their offense right now on an uptick.
The difference for the Wizards after Wall came back, as you said, Clark, was just day and night. They were so much more energized and seemed to relish the role of playing the spoiler for a lot of teams, Steve, down the stretch.
Yeah, they looked like a playoff team by the end of the year, and that's the challenge this season as we watch this club play it out. I mean, can they stay healthy? Can they continue that hot run that they had at the end of last year? And can that carry over into this one? Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits. Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tower.
That's bringing it down hard, Clark. Bringing it down hard, my brother. Johnson can't get it to go.
Boy, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That's his first foul. Pau Gasol's checked in for Chris Kaman. Now here's Wall. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. From 13, and he knocks down the jumper. Wall's got 6 in the quarter.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The shot by Nash, no good. Now the Wizards with it. They're on an 18-7 run. Beal dishes to Wall. Wall gets a screen from Booker. And the block by Johnson. On its way from Young for 2. No good on the buzzer beater. And so we wrap up the first half. Wizards
now presented by Sprint.
Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night.
The Sprint Halftime Report presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Washington, D.C. A view of the Capitol, the Washington Monument, and beyond that, the Lincoln Memorial. Kobe Bryant really making a difference here.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, gentlemen, the Lakers barely squeezed into the playoffs last season. Despite that, they have the largest luxury tax bill in the league, almost $30 million, more than double the next highest team in the Miami Heat. So, maybe one silver lining for them with Dwight Howard deciding to move to Houston? The team won't have to shoulder the even more punitive taxes that began this season. Kevin?
Good point, Doris. Thanks. And here's Wall. Following Steve Nash's three. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. They get Paul Gasol.
The jury seems to still be out if John Wall can make the jump to being one of the elite point guards in the league, but he certainly feels that he'll get there. Last season, he said he deserves a max contract. Worked on that over the summer with the Wizards. Tell you what, he has a lot of talent, but just hasn't put it all together yet.
And when you think of players commanding the max salary, those are your franchise guys. Clark, do you think Wall has put himself in that category yet?
I think he's been hampered by the injuries, Kevin, so you really can't make a fair assessment there. I think he has tremendous potential as a true point guard. Excellent physical gifts, and I think he wants to be a leader. The Wizards have been a team of disorganization and issues in the locker room over the last few years, so I think it's still a bit unfair and premature to judge Wall at this point.
Here's Kobe following the basket by John Wall. Outside, Kobe. Young outside. Back to Kobe. Shot clock at 6. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here for 3. Young's shot is off.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
Well, you have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
Again, Young missing. Wizards leading by 10.
Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive, but certainly the Lakers blessed with the financial wherewithal to be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals, and that's going to be the challenge for LA.
Now Wall. After the missed 3 from Young, you talk about the huge fan base for the Lakers, Clark, one of the marquee franchises certainly in the entire NBA.
I would even stretch that to all of sports, Kevin. The market and their finances clearly have helped them gain that stature, but you can't shortchange the organization, the people making the decisions. They've been a winner for a long time, and that's been the magic ingredient that's attracted fans, players, sponsors, the full package.
Nash outside. Lakers working the ball around now, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marcel Webster. That is his first foul of the game.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
Eric Maynor, he's checked in for John Wall. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team. Well, it's without question Kobe Bryant is always going to be known as one of the great scorers in the history of the game. But for the kids watching at home, it is really worth reminding you of this. He can do it all. He's fundamentally sound in all aspects of the game. He defends, he rebounds, he passes. To be one of the true greats, you can't just focus on one thing. You need to be able to do a little bit of everything and do it all well.
And for Kobe Bryant last season, right at the top among shooting guards and rebounds and assists.
And despite his workload offensively, he's a very good defender, too, especially on the ball. He's been all-defense 9 times on that first team. 12 all-defense selections overall in his career, tied with Kevin Garnett for the all-time lead in both categories.
Blake with it. Ariza covering. Blake kicks to Young. Yes, and it's Blake picking up the assist. Young's got 10 points in the game.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
And the foul on Jordan Farmar. That is his first foul of the game. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
A slow start to the season for the Wizards last year, but they were able to rally and turn things around in part because of how they were able to play at home. Winning at home, always the easiest way to jumpstart a streak.
And the Lakers making a change here. Lions checked in. Winning at home, a big part of how the Wizards turned things around. Ended up with a 22-19 record, which is something considering they dropped their first 5 here in D.C.
Well, it was interesting. Once Wall came back from the injury, things started to come together. You have the veteran front line with Nene and Okafor, good shot blocking. It's a pretty well-rounded team, and I think finally things are looking up in Washington.
And Washington has possession after the miss from Pau Gasol. That drops. Webster's got his first basket of the night.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Lakers trail by 12. Up top, Kobe. Webster covering. Farmar, no good.
And Steve, not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
Yep, well deserved. I mean, they have worked their tails off on the glass.
And that one's good.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
And Steve, just like you, when you shot, you had a favorite spot on the floor when you played. His favorite spot seems to be that 3 from the corner.
Yeah.
And the Wizards with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Rejected by Blake. Now Kobe. He's got 11. Kicks it to Farmar. And again, the Lakers no good. Now Webster. Maynard the pass to Ariza. 1 second left. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And here at the end of the third quarter. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Washington?
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And then look at the points in the paint, because they're really winning that battle tonight.
Lakers trail by 14. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Maynard. Young for 3. It's rebounded by Seraphin. Seraphin's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the basket by Webster. And Los Angeles guys shooting 32% overall right now. Not one of their better showings. Deflected and stolen by Maynard. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Timeout called the Lakers.
You know, offensively last season, guys, the Lakers just never seemed to be able to get out of their own way. I mean, they had the worst turnover ratio in the league, and they really struggled to take care of the ball. And even when they got up a shot, a lot of them were questionable shots. They shot the 3rd most threes in the league, but were in the bottom half of the league in percentage.
And the Lakers making a change here. Ryan's checked in. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Bradley Beal comes in for Martell Webster. And John Wall subbed in for Eric Maynard. Beal can't get it to go. And going back to the Lakers' offensive troubles last season, the worst free throw percentage, Steve, in the NBA.
And obviously that's attributed directly to Dwight Howard, because the Lakers also led the league in free throw attempts. So Howard was getting hacked. He really couldn't get it going. He made about half his free throws for the season. And that just really carried over into the team's performance.
Washington with the ball, following the 3 from Blake. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Lakers trail by 12. Outside, Kobe. Dishes to Hill. The kick out to Young. Lakers working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Wall. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Great tee that time from Blake.
And you know, they haven't had the best day inside, but they got one when it mattered most.
And Hill pulls it down.
Boy, the shots finally dropping for them in bunches, and I'll tell you what, the complexion of this game has totally changed.
You know, that kind of offensive eruption was the only thing that was going to get them back into this one.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Thanks, Doris. Chris Keenan is checked in for the Lakers. Nash comes in for Steve Blake.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Kobe dishes to Young. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
He has not been on his game, and you know their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
And Wall. Here we go now. Riza. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And the Wizards making a change here. Nene is checked in. Lakers trail by 12. Outside, Kobe. Back to Gasol. He dishes it to Young. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Young's got 11 points here in just the second half. Wall attacking. And Nene gets it to go on the assist by Wall. Wall's got his third assist on the night. They double-team Kobe. Back to Nash. He feeds it to Young. Offline with his three.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Here's Ariza. Ariza with another miss.
He's trying to shoot his way out of it, guys, and as long as they're in the lead, he's going to continue to try to find his rhythm.
Nash can't get it to go.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
And the foul on Chris Kaman. That's his third foul of the game. Porter's checked in for the Wizards. It's Wall with the drive. And the shot's good from the name.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at him.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point. .103 left in the fourth. Nash hits to Young. Again, Young missing. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
52 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Kobe goes in, and that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
A lot of noise coming from these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd, and not one of them liked it.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Okafor. Trevor Booker comes in for Nene. Martell Webster, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And it's Maynard in for John Wall. The Wizards have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They get the rebound. Seraphin kicks to Porter. Passes it to Maynard. Pass to Seraphin. Feeds to Porter. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you